This is a HeadGum podcast.
Honestly, guys, this week has been just like a blur.
Not great.
It's been something not great, Bob. I really am feeling Pete Campbell right now.
I know, honestly.
This is... Oh my God.
I almost went there, bitch.
Hello.
This is Coffee with Rachel. I'm Rachel.
I'm Chris.
And, you know...
This is more like confusion with Rachel, catastrophe with Rachel.
Who's to say, honestly? Like,
it's something, all right.
Oh, what is today? Today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Though I've been all kinds of fucked up. I thought that yesterday was Tuesday, and that really fucked me up this week, you know?
Yeah.
And no one corrected me. I was like, oh yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. And everyone was like, yeah, we get you, Rachel. It's fine.
I don't think anybody knew what was going on at all during this week. Like,
I feel like I've been... I don't know, foggy since, like, the election even started, but, like, just especially these last, like, few days since the inauguration.
Last Friday, yeah.
It's been something else, you know. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have been, you know, seeing
hearing
the news.
things, hearing the rumblings. Let's do some coffee stuff first before we, dive into
Yeah, what do we even
topics.
have today? I didn't even take a sip yet.
We're going for some decaf Trader Joe's coffee here. It's just like the regular, like, I don't know what they call it, like average Joe or something. I don't fucking know.
Me as
but
hell.
Like, it's just like whatever their basic roast is, but decaf.
Yeah.
So
we're trying not to. We're recording this super late. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we've been like thinking about getting this done all day, and I just like haven't had like the motivation to talk about anything because I'm just feeling really like defeated in my personal life right now.
And then we've also like we had some issues on the back end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's been a huge mess. But
I mean, let's be honest. Is the mess over? Absolutely not.
But we're here, guys.
But we're doing it.
We're fucking here.
Like, it's not that, like, I don't want to do the show. It's just, like, I don't want to be a bummer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did mention this on Twitter last night because I was like, we were talking last night because, of course, we watched fucking Trump's interview, which we'll probably talk about a little bit.
Yeah, with David Muir.
It obviously put us into a shitty mood.
God, yeah.
And then I was just, like, talking to Chris. I'm like, what are we going to even talk about tomorrow? Because, I don't want to, like, not talk about the important things.
But we don't want to come on here and, like, depress the fuck out of everybody.
Exactly. So, I don't know. But everybody on Twitter was just like, yo, we'd honestly rather just hear it because we're sick of people sugarcoating it.
Yeah, we gotta vent this shit out so then we can, like, get part of that phase out and then we can go into the action phase.
That'll
like,
really help.
What are the steps? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, let me do the fucking facts.
Yeah, enlighten us all, please.
Yeah, so I was looking up the temperatures at which the beans are roasted at. Mm-hmm. Fascinating things. Light roast beans have to reach an internal temperature of 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
And then medium is like 425, and like dark roasts are like over 450.
And that makes sense why light roast has more caffeine.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the one that's cooked the less.
Mm-hmm. And like they apparently that they judge how their doneness by how many cracks appear in them. So they're like, light roasts only have one crack.
Me at my skin.
The medium roasts are just starting their second crack, and like it just goes from there. So like it's a fucking...
I love that. What if you have can you have like a hanging chad, like a partial crack?
I hope so. I mean, there's got to be lots of imperfections.
Is there like a mid-medium, like a low-medium?
They list this as light, medium, dark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that's the hanging chad there.
Now, what I would like to know is, so the Italian roast, the French roast, they're usually dark roast. Are they just from Italy and France, or are they just a whole other depth? What's happening there?
Is that just like the standard norm in Italy as like...
can it be roasted anywhere, but it's a French roast? You know what I mean? Like, is it the way that it's roasted? Is it the French method?
Maybe that'll be a fact for another week.
I have a lot of unanswered questions.
Coffee, always ambiguous, just such a mystery. Who is she?
I know. If we ever do that coffee tasting, I feel like that'll be really enlightening.
God.
We'll have a fact for like at least a month.
Remember that our first episode was literally just about coffee?
Was it, honestly?
Yeah, it was just about coffee, like how we like to drink our coffee. And like I'm sure we probably said with fucking half and half in it. We were fucking wrong. wrong. Like,
yeah, I feel like you guys have really seen a journey in only, like, I guess it's just been, like, a little bit over a year now, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
It feels, like, shorter still. I don't know how.
The beginning of this show was us playing Super Mario 3D World, like...
Our Wii U isn't even plugged in, bitch.
We've come so far.
How the tables have turned.
Oh, God. All right, so I guess we're just gonna fucking, talk about some of the things that have gone on.
It's not even just the election. It's just, like, outside of the election, in Chris and I's personal lives right now, shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah.
So, like, and I wish I could just spill it all out, But it's just, like... And that's another thing, too. I don't even have a therapist to talk to right now. I was just going to say,
it's the perfect time that your therapist is not present.
I know, because I was telling her, like, with the weeks before I knew that she was leaving, I was like, oh, yeah, like, I don't know, the end of January, we don't have any plans. I don't think it's going to be that, I think it'll go by quickly. And that, like, I don't know, at the time, things were, like, just normalized.
Yeah. And I feel like it was at, like, a decent spot when she was, like, leaving, like, the final time you went.
I was doing good.
Yeah.
And then just, like, work-related things and podcast-related things. Trump-related
things.
And family stuff, like, just and health. Oh, my God. Because I've just been, like, this whole lactose thing has been, like, such a pain, literal pain in my ass.
God.
It's just been, like, a wild ride. Because then I slip up, and then, like, the one time I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I really want these, like, cookies. And I know they have dairy in them, and I'm going to take a lactate, and I still died.
Yeah, so, it just didn't kill your stomach, it just killed other parts of you.
So, lactate only is like putting a Band-Aid on a big problem. Just letting you know out there. And I'm done. I've never been more turned off. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, the lactate is literally like, you're out, and the only thing you can eat is dairy.
And like, a family event. You're gonna pay for this later, but in this moment you'll be okay.
I'm doing it for like the social ease.
Always just placing yourself in discomfort. Just like, yo, that's your state of being.
If you want to talk about my brand is literally like
dry,
making myself sick to ease tension, like
while being dry,
while being dry, and usually like about to be sick in some way. I think that's what the migraines are about. That's it. That's what it is. Let me know if any of you guys are like that. Is that an INFJ thing?
I already forget what my fucking...
You're just TJ.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, we went through that on the podcast, too, and we did that for the
And
cats.
we did the chunks.
Yeah, damn.
We were extra as fuck.
Wasn't there... Didn't you see something... Oh, it was a Jackson Galaxy video of just, like, his different types of cat personalities.
Totally unrelated to the bleak mood that we have. Jackson Galaxy, a.k.a. the man on the Animal Planet that, like...
My Cat from Hell is the show.
He's the guy with the unique facial hair. That's gotta be, like, a thing. It's like you gotta be a Guy Fieri or a Jackson Galaxy where you're wearing weird shit and you have weird facial hair. Or you have to be like the Pioneer Woman. There is no in between. But he's like that dude on Animal Planet that has all those episodes about terrible cats, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I like to watch it sometimes, but we don't have cats that act like that, so I feel like it's not really there for me. But he's got a YouTube channel, and he gives, like, just cat advice for, like, the normal person.
He is just, like, an encyclopedia of cat knowledge.
I want him on this podcast. That is our goal for 2017.
I just want him to meet Lila and Squeezy.
Well, that's the thing. I'm terrified. It's like, if we got him on the podcast, we'd have to do it, like, via Skype. Because I don't want him to come in our house and be like, whoa, everything you have for your cats is terrible.
Yeah.
Because I would be so upset.
I would feel upset.
I already feel like we go crazy. But I know he wouldn't... He's against, like... disguising a litter box, which I get, but you know what? My apartment is this big.
My apartment is one room, so
I would only be like, it would be different if they weren't using it. You know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, like, if they weren't using our litter box, like, it was causing problems, then I would get rid of it.
I thought you meant, like, it'd be cool if it was out as long as they didn't use it.
Like, no. But, like, yeah, as long as they're cool with it, like, I'm cool. But I bet he would be like, that jingle toy, that sends a message. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Either way, I want to dissect his brain on the subject of cats.
I want to know, how is Lila so jovial?
I want to know what Squeezy's whole humping escapades could really mean.
I want to know why Squeezy sounds like he's afraid somebody's going to attack him when he's drinking water. You know?
There's a lot. I want to know if Squeezy nips your ankles when you use
Swish
mouthwash.
Yeah, and it's only me.
It's only you. Me. I know.
Like,
I didn't even tell you. Lila licked my elbow out of the blue the other day.
God, and you felt it?
Yeah, and there was no, like, food on it. You know, like, God. I didn't dip my elbow in anything. Like, I was just laying there. She's
been biting me a lot more lately because she wants my attention. Like, playful bites, pay attention to me.
Oh my God, yeah. Squeezy just bites. Lila literally is like, I'm gonna nip your knee if you're not petting me. Oh my God, like when I was streaming the other day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a lot of questions about cats, and I would love to ask the experts, you know?
They're always one of a kind.
If he comes to Seattle for, like, some tour, because he tours.
Oh, my God.
And he gives, like, seminars.
Is there, like, some sort of, like, cat convention? Or, like,
I
would never take them.
No.
But, like, if there's just, like,
I don't even really want cats to be there because I don't want to pick up anything and bring it home.
True.
That's how I feel about the cat cafes, which really sucks because, like, that's obviously a vibe that I could get down with.
Yeah, but I don't know how feline leukemia spreads. I don't know if it
I'm
could be like...
assuming they wouldn't have, but then that's kind of fucked up.
Well, no, but I mean, like, if you're bringing your pet somewhere, like, there could be somebody that's just an asshole that, like,
I guess
brings their pet even though they could
we're too paranoid
I know.
To go to group function.
I love them too much. I don't want anything to happen to them. After Squeezy's fucking incident, when we first got him, I am like, never again. Never again. That man has had so much trouble in his life.
And he's just doing fine, you know?
He's here.
He's honestly having a midlife. It's not even a midlife.
He's only 5.
Like, how old is that in human years? Like,
I don't know. I swear I heard somewhere it was like 7 years for a dog, like per 1 year.
Is it 5?
And then
for a
like
cat?
5 for a cat. So if he'd be like 15, so he's a fucking teenager.
Oh,
like,
this makes so much more sense. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. So that's a problem that we're having.
So, you know, that's the cats. Like, that's the update on
the cat's
cats.
meow. And that was that segment.
Yeah, so let's fucking talk about things that are going on in the world Trump related, because that's pretty much the headlines of every day of my life.
Well, let's talk about all of the government official Twitter pages having to make second Twitter pages because he's trying to censor, like, scientists and the national parks fucking Twitter.
If that's not a sign of an authoritarian government, I don't know what to tell you.
I saw, like, a meme and it was, like, Leslie Knope was the one that made that rogue
national
parks
God.
I was like, ah.
Yo, that's true.
I wonder if Amy Poehler, like, has, like, a personal stake in, like, the national park system now. Like, just from playing that character.
That would be so funny. I feel like a lot of people, like, kind of do that when they play a role that's
I would get attached.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's been happening. So there's, like, a NASA one, National Parks one.
There's a National Weather Service thing, too. They started doing that now. Like, there's... Oh, my God.
That's, like, alarming.
Yeah.
Is anyone else not just scared? They didn't do that before. I mean, I get it. Twitter's, like, relatively new in the grand scheme of, like, the American history.
No, but I mean, like, people were retweeting
the
national parks, like the one that started all the Badlands National Park. They had, like, climate change tweets before, like, from when Obama was president, and, like, you know, they're just there, whatever. And so now everybody's, like, retweeting those ones, too, to be like, this shit's still here. Like, you can't just delete the new ones that they made, you know? Like,
I can't believe that's something that would happen. I mean,
know.
It's like part of me can believe it, but at the same time, it's just like so shocking that that's going on in our country. And meanwhile, you got all these other people being like, oh, protect the fucking amendments, like protect my fucking right to have a gun. And then it's like literally free speech is being attacked right now and everyone's silent. Not everyone, but like those people are silent.
There's just like every day on Twitter, because that's where I'm spending a lot of my social time is...
Yeah, it's probably my most used.
It's just like constant uproar in a lot of different ways, which I'm glad because, you know, obviously we need to be fucking talking about all this stuff, but like...
I think it's funny that they like consider us to be like special snowflakes or whatever, TM, because we care about, you know, other people's rights, and like when we're vocal about that, people are just like, oh, you're being oversensitive, and then they're totally silent about like First Amendment rights going away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As long as
they're like the same people that are like, you're censoring my opinion if you block me because I said something racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then when free speech is actually being like threatened, they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got it. He has that gold toilet. He's good. What is going on?
So beyond that, I mean, it's just like I could sit here and like list all of the different things that have happened this past week, but like I would probably miss things because there's just been so many. Like,
there's been a lot of like like the umbrage memes with
Yeah.
the executive orders, which you did read an article today that there's a lot more steps that happen in the government
Like,
before
he
that
can make
be
all
started.
these executive actions as he wants, but, like, there's a whole bunch of other steps that come after that for it to be. And that's usually where, like, anything in the government gets fucking held up when
Yeah.
it goes to, like, the House and the Senate and all that shit. So, like, a lot of the things that has, like, acted on are not, like, set in stone, including, like, Affordable Care Act. Like, that still
I knew that would take a while.
That has, like, a million steps in it as well, but...
Because that's also a state thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But the one that could happen the quickest would be the Dakota
pipelines.
Access Pipeline.
And the Keystone Pipeline.
Jesus Christ.
Because that, I think it said that the state departments just needed to, like, sign off on them for Pennsylvania and North Dakota, so...
Infuriating.
Yeah, it's really, really upsetting to see that, like...
Meanwhile, a pipeline in Canada is broke.
Yeah, and it spilled, like, 200,000 gallons of oil.
And, like,
So,
I didn't even hear about that until you told me.
I just saw it on Reddit. Like, that's where I got that from, like, on the news subreddit. So, like...
Jesus.
It's just... I don't even know, like, when I've been at work, like, I take some breaks, like, every couple of hours, you know, just check in on, like, social medias and stuff like that, and every time I do that, like, I'm just seeing all these headlines of what has happened in the past few hours since I've been on the fucking social media, and, like, I'm just, like, I can't focus on, like, work right now, and it's just, like... I feel helpless seeing all of these things happening, just, like, it's not even been a week yet.
I know. That's what's been blowing my mind. It feels like it's been happening for much longer.
Yeah, and I'm sure probably Trump supporters are like, yeah, this man, look at him. He's doing all these actions. He's acting on his word, doing all this shit. But, like, it's not, like, good. And he's also...
It's not good.
It's not good. Like, everything he's doing is horrible.
I know.
And that interview on Wednesday with David, it was just like...
With David.
It was just him, like, saying, yeah, I'm pretty cool with torture. Also, look at how many people were at my inauguration. It was the largest crowd ever. You media people, you guys suck.
He literally kept bringing up the crowd size, and I'm like, I'm here to hear what your healthcare policy is going to be, bitch.
God.
Yeah, he was really upset about, like, the crowd size being
He's very
accurately
insecure.
portrayed. I know.
He's so insecure.
I could not believe how candid he was about, like, being pro-torture and, oh my God.
You know, if he didn't come out and just say, like, nah, I'm not cool with waterboarding or I'm not cool with torture.
He was like, it works. I've seen it work.
He's like, it works, but I've heard from the professionals that it works. And if
Terrific guy.
If that's what my guys want to do, they think it's the right path, you know, that's okay. Like, and let's bring back the black site prisons because that sounds fantastic idea.
That wasn't, like, a really great thing that Obama was able to get rid of.
God. This is, like, literally arguably, I don't like to say, but, like, we're the top fucking power in the world. Like, it's not like I want us to be that, but, like, what we do really influences, like, the rest of the world. And, like, if we're gonna go back to, like, fucking torture, that's, you know...
No, I think the part that scares me is that we're gonna start losing our allies because we're pissing everybody off.
Mexico is already, like,
Mexico's
really...
gonna be gone. They're gonna hike up the tax.
Yeah,
and then...
I saw that, well, the former Mexican president, the one that was just before the current one, like, I've read his Twitter, and, like, a lot of his tweets are in Spanish, so I can't read them, but the ones that I can, they're, like, all at Trump, and it's, like, hashtag not our fucking wall or something like that, and, like, just going off on him, like, we're never paying this, like, it's never gonna fucking happen. Yeah, they said that they're not
gonna pay for it, and he's like, we're totally gonna get them to pay for it. Like, you guys are gonna do, like, the upfront cost, but, like you guys meaning the American people and our taxes. But he's like, they'll definitely pay for it.
We'll negotiate with them to get that money.
I don't trust you to make negotiations when your company went bankrupt how many fucking times?
Yeah, he's had multiple failing businesses, so yeah, okay, not trusting you.
So many lawsuits, but I think the craziest shit that I've noticed that's been happening is, like, how unsecure all of his bullshit is. Like, he's using, like, a super old phone that's not secure for business. He's thinking about getting a private email server, and the same people that were flipping out about Hillary's email server,
that was, like, the main argument against Hillary throughout the entire campaign from him.
He literally did that just so that he could win. I mean, not
that's
that he didn't win the
popular
popular
Hillary
vote.
came from, if I'm remembering correctly, is, like, that she had all this information on that server.
What it was. And the fucking annoying part of it all is that
You mean that wasn't annoying yet?
Yeah, I know. But, like, in that interview that we watched, like, he was still so hell-bent on trying to disprove that he lost the popular vote. He thinks that the margin, millions of votes, was just the illegal votes, I put in quotes. And also, fucking Spicer is registered in 2 states, bitch. So is Ivanka's husband.
Wow.
So, like, that's cute.
That's fucking awesome.
You can fact check that, though, because I just read that today. But, like, everybody's been talking about it, so I'm, like, hoping that that's actually true. But I'm sure that there are many people on his team that are registered in 2 states or whatever, so...
I was just like, during that interview, he was just so aggressive toward David.
I've never seen a president act like that.
And just like, the media as a whole, like, he's representing the media, and he's like, you know, the media just doesn't, like, understand, doesn't get it, like, you guys, you know, you're all the liberal fucking idiots, like, that's essentially what he's saying.
I know,
and, like,
he's really dragging on the whole bipartisan thing. I feel like he ran his whole campaign being like, America's divided and I'm gonna fix it all, and like he's literally just splitting us up.
Yeah,
like,
he's really splitting everybody up.
He's splitting and splotting, and it's too much for me.
Now we've been seeing tweets that are just like photo collages of like people saying like, I regret voting for you, Trump. Like,
I roll at all of those people.
Yes, and it's usually like with the caption like, what did you guys expect, or like whatever.
I know.
Like, he's literally like pretty much he's acting on like what he said he was going to in his fucking like speeches and stuff. So like, what did they think was going to happen?
So if you were okay with that and you voted, you're fucking stupid and you have none of my respect. I'm sorry. Like, and especially if you regret it now. Like, look at, you're fucking us all over. And it wasn't the time to, like, just vote your party. It should have been, like, vote for, like, human rights. I don't know. That, to me, is pretty damn important.
Yeah, you know,
and I don't think that's a party thing. I don't think it's a liberal belief to care about other people. I don't know.
Hillary was not, you know, my number one choice.
Pro-life, my ass.
Like,
sorry. I'm just
Hillary
saying.
was not my number one choice, but I would in a million years, time and time again, pick her over Donald Trump. And I mean, 3 million people, the difference in popular vote did too. But, you know.
But those were not real
those
votes.
were all illegals in quotes.
Look at the tapes,
like,
you know? Yeah, like, God, and he just throws that word around like, it's just ridiculous. So, that's obviously been weighing on our souls.
Yes, definitely.
And it will continue.
I even, like, my sister shared a joke on Facebook that's like...
Where else?
Yeah, I know. Where else would this shit fucking come from? That was... it was something about the Super Bowl and, like, how it said, like, I don't trust the results of the AFC and NFC conventions.
You said that and I straight up thought it was boxing. Like,
I think that's the 2 different conventions in the NFL or whatever. And then it's like, I'm going to riot, protest, fight... and do all this stuff, and then it said at the end, hashtag not my Super Bowl. And
it's like supposed to make fun of all the people that are like protesting. It said like looting and rioting. I was like, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen when we protested for women's rights, and that encompassed a lot of other rights, but like, okay.
Yeah. And so like, I basically left her a comment. I was like, you know, this is like really insensitive because, you know, whether, you know, it's about football, whatever, which apparently my sister falls with now, but it's... the reason that it's like a joke is because that it's playing on people's idea that the people that are protesting are like out of their mind, that they're like crazy people. Like,
yeah, that we just like are mad that our team lost. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my god, you guys are just crying because like your candidate lost. I'm like, it goes so much more. It's literally, we are literally scared.
Yeah.
We are actually in fear. People can lose their lives over this election. Like, if healthcare, like, we know. It's just any possible ban of Muslims. Like, this goes far beyond like my candidate losing. You know what I mean? How about like we're all losing?
I'm not worried about Democrat, Republican. Like,
losing.
this is just like, this is an issue for like everybody right now,
and even other fucking countries.
You know, who knows? Maybe this is just, you know, gonna unite everybody and we'll all just fuck them over. Like, and then things will change. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
Let's see what fucking happens, because it's just a lot.
I know.
All right, so with that, guys, we're gonna hop into questions because, you know, we've not done terribly much else to talk about besides, you know, worry about these things that are happening. So let's go to Patreon first. Patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel if you want to help support the show. And first question's from Michelle, who asked, what is your favorite coffee from Trader Joe's? Ooh, it is that...
I like that Wake Up blend. Is it called Wake Up?
Yeah, it's like organic breakfast Wake Up blend or something like that. I think there's a rooster on it, I think. It comes in a can, so...
I'm just getting thrown off right now because Twitter moved where the search button is.
Yeah, Twitter...
And I'm all kinds of fucked up.
Twitter making some changes.
I thought for a minute that my account, like, lost the privilege to search things.
Oh my god,
I was like, what?
Gave you retweeting yourself, took away searching.
I know, I was so excited. And it's been great for my brand.
Didn't you... Aren't you still like... I thought you were missing another feature, but I don't...
Probably. I don't know.
I don't understand how that works. Like, how do they decide...
I'm verified, too. Like, I should have all the fucking... I don't know, services.
Like, how did they, like... Yours doesn't have this, but yours does. Like, when you would log into the Coffee with Crachel Twitter on your phone, you couldn't retweet yourself, but if you log in on my phone, I could retweet myself. Like, how does that work when we're both on, like, the same version of Twitter?
Using the same account login.
Yeah, I don't understand how it works.
Someone, Jack, tell me. I just know his
come
name's
on, Jack.
Come on.
At Jack, let us know.
How hip do you gotta be to get that at?
Well, I mean, he fucking created it, so I guess he could.
Yeah. But who's at Rachel? I'm about to check right now.
Oh my god.
Let me just check this.
You know, like, every fucking, like, popular fucking name has been taken.
Well, yeah, and it's fucked up, okay?
I'm gonna be like Chris Considers forever, probably. I don't know if
the number one that. Rachel. Get out. 15K? Are you kidding?
Oh my god.
This binge. She must have been right here, right now.
The advent of Twitter.
She's verified, too.
Oh, shit.
Oh, something about MTV News. Okay, I mean...
okay.
You do your thing. You can keep this, I guess.
Let's find out who Chris is.
Oh, that's like... I mean, Rachel's actually not uncommon either. We've all seen Friends.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I didn't fucking search this correctly, and I'm not going to take the time to right now. So
Chris gets frazzled using Twitter via podcast. All right.
Oh, shit.
What's the next question?
Next one's from Emily, who said, now that you're living the plant-based life, has there been anything you've tried as a vegan alternative that you absolutely hated?
Ooh.
And something that you didn't expect to like, but really dig?
Okay, something I didn't like. The tempeh bacon.
Yeah, that was going to be my number one, is that I really wasn't here for that.
I'm just like, I don't like a lot of meat substitutes, and I just don't want it to be meat. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, I'm like, just give me, like, a burger patty that's, like, a black bean, like, veggie kind of burger, and it tastes like black beans. Like, I don't want it to taste like the meat. I don't need it.
Yeah. And I can live without bacon. Like, and I don't...
Yeah. I wasn't a big bacon
I tried a bite of it, and it didn't give me any bacon vibes.
Chris has more followers than you.
Whoa, that's rude.
But he's a husband, father, brother, friend, and a soccer coach. So, I mean, he's killing it.
Well, shit.
He's fucking killing it.
Oh, my God. Speaking of soccer.
Yeah.
So, when we were at Trader Joe's last, we ran into somebody who went to Millersville in, like, soccer because, like, they were wearing a soccer jacket from Millersville.
Yeah. I guess, like, the cashier in their line, because we were checking out and we were, like, bagging groceries, they were, like... I guess they saw her shirt and they were like, oh, what's Millersville? And me and Chris, like, as soon as we heard it, we, like, looked at each other.
Because we were like, Millersville, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
Yeah, like, drag cigarette. Like, honestly, though. But, like, I didn't even think it could have been Pennsylvania. I was like, there's obviously, like, a Millersville, like, pub down the street. You know what I mean? Like, and then I looked over and I saw, like, the emblem on her shirt.
That classic like, M with the sword going through it. I could see that baby for miles.
Did you see how we all dragged Marauders, too? So, because that's what it is. Marauder is a fucking land pirate.
What is a marauder?
It's because Pennsylvania has no bodies of water near it.
I mean, you do have Lake Erie, but whatever.
He's beached, you know? But we were like, as soon as she walked by us, because we were like, oh, we have to say something. Ooh.
Somebody that knows our land.
Like, what? And so we were like, oh my God, did you just say Millersville? Because we also graduated from there. And then we started talking about it. She graduated, like, the year before us.
Yeah. We were dumb and we didn't get a name, number, or anything. But we were kind of just like, yeah, so dumb. If we run into each other again, we'll say,
she was like, I'll see what the Trader Joe's you know?
Fuck, we suck. We're like the whole way home we were beating ourselves up. We were like, fuck, we're so dumb. Like we should have fucking like got a number or a name or something.
Maybe she knows
like.
where a good bagel is. Or pizza. Like there's so many questions.
Just somebody to make fun of the Marauder, Miller, and Seville. You know?
Any of the nuances.
Oh my god, I've like creeped on Millersville's page on Facebook, and like they just got zip cars there. It was
that
like
blows my mind.
They were like, these are the first zip cars in like Lancaster County, and I was like, whoa, this is wild. Like,
that is crazy. She did say like Lancaster City wasn't that bad, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
I'm not sure.
You know, it was only 9,000 a fucking semester, right?
I'll be paying off that shit forever.
For life.
Okay, so we did our vegan alternative that we hated, but what about something we didn't expect to like, but we really dig? I was gonna say the mayo.
Yeah.
That was really
It's dead on.
Also, I mean, it was a lot of trial and error, but finding this fucking creamer that I like more than half and half now. Like,
yes. I'm at the point where it doesn't feel like I'm sacrificing. It feels like home.
It feels just like a regular day.
And now I can just drink black coffee. Like, it really took making myself sick to realize I can just have black coffee, you know? Nothing but the bean juice. Though someone was, like, tweeting us, and they were like, you know, soybean.
Yeah, I saw this tweet.
A bean.
Yeah, and so in coffee is a bean. So, like, it's bean juice and bean juice.
I couldn't even figure out what I was going
You couldn't
through.
choke that shit out.
I think it was like a Reddit post. But yeah, basically you're just drinking a lot of bean. And you know what?
Beans are good for your heart.
Please stop right now. But yeah, something that I didn't think I would like, or didn't realize I would like until I tried it. I have no idea. I really like everything.
Oh, one thing that I did want to say, I don't know, did we talk about the fact that we tried a Dia pizza, like a frozen pizza? Like, we just wanted to try it out and be like, yo.
I wanted to know what the frozen pizzas would be about, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, like, it wasn't bad, but also, like, the cheese is sticky.
You know,
It's weird.
I like the fake cheese in, like, a burger. I don't mind it in, like, a quesadilla. I feel like it would be fine. But
the burger's, like,
just
the most, like, bare that I can have it, you know?
But I don't know. I don't need it, you know? I've lost my taste for cheese just because I know how bad the real stuff makes me feel.
Yeah.
And I feel like I lost my cheese.
Cream cheese is the only one that still is calling my name.
Yeah, we haven't tried the tofutti, you know? Everybody says that one, and there's another brand that everybody says.
I feel like, you know, it would have more of, like, the tarty kind of flavor that you like in a cream cheese.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's sweet. When I get a cream cheese that's sweet, I'm like, this belongs in a cheesecake and not on my bagel, bitch.
I feel like that will be the way that the tofutti or whatever it is. And like, so I feel like you might like it. We'll have to try it just to see how it is.
I had a bagel today with some hummus on it. It was like an everything bagel, hummus, onion, and cucumber, and it was like lox without the lox, you know? But there are recipes on how to make lox that are vegan, and you just, like, basically soak a carrot.
Oh, my God. Everything is carrot. Holy shit, carrots, you unlocked it. Like,
yo, we made pulled pork sandwiches, but we just used shredded carrot and then just cooked that down in some fucking, like, vegan barbecue sauce.
I'd come back to CoffeeWithChrachel Cooks for this thing. Like,
it was 2 ingredients.
I know, that's why.
Copyright to Liv's Healthy Life.
Yes.
The new bitch
the new
in charge. She is the vegan bitch in charge.
Yes.
And, yeah, they're really good. So if you're just trying to do, like, a meatless pulled pork...
It's literally just putting shredded carrots and barbecue sauce into a sauce pot and you get them cooked down, and that's it.
I bet you could do that in a crock pot. You know how people do crock pot, like, pulled pork?
Yeah.
You could do that,
would
add
be
some
so
lentils.
much.
I've seen people do lentils, too, so there's, like, protein.
Fuck lentils. They take, like, too long.
Lentils? Like, have we not updated our lentils?
What?
They seem so, like, old school to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know how they have, like, minute rice? Is there a minute lentil? Like, it seems wasteful. I know that they sell pre-cooked ones at Trader Joe's, but I'm never at that level of, like, asshole that I'm gonna buy that. I don't know. Not that you have to be an asshole to buy that, but, like, for me, I'm like, I guess I could cook her, but, you know... They are a pain in the ass. I want to get, like, a rice cooker.
Yeah.
Maybe a rice cooker would cook them better.
I am willing to get some more of, like, the cooked kind of things like that. Now that like being vegan, it makes you cook a lot more things, and so I want to cut down on sometimes. But
I'll just get a rice cooker for the lentils,
fine.
for the lentils.
We just need all of the kitchen gadgets. We need in a dream world, a Vitamix, but I mean, that's when we're fucking bougie.
That's when you've hit like the vegan,
vegan.
What is that, like your 8th chakra? Like when you get the Vitamix? That's what I say.
Oh my god.
I would love one though. Or just like a food processor that holds more than 1 cup.
A food processor was the other thing I really want to get. Maybe a juicer, but no, I like smoothies.
Yeah, I'm here for the fiber.
Yeah. I can't wait to actually get back into the smoothies.
It's too cold right now.
Maybe we should remake our 4th of July smoothie with the purple instead of the blue and the red and the white. Yeah,
I don't know. Bad. You'd have to use food coloring, and that is probably not kosher.
That's not healthy.
Yeah. I mean, you can taste her, usually. Yeah. Jeffrey Zakarian wouldn't be pleased, so that's why I know.
All right, next question from Avery, who said, I'm pretty sure you two have touched on this at least once before, but me and my partner are both planning to move. We have 3 general areas in mind, Seattle, Portland, and somewhere near the Denver metro area. And they're all similar politically, and I believe the cost of living is pretty similar. How did we decide on Seattle?
Well, I needed to be, at least because I was trying to do YouTube at that point, I wanted to be closer to LA because I thought my manager was going to be having me come to LA often.
Yeah, plot twist.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, didn't happen.
So
it was in between, like, we first had thought, like, Boulder, Colorado, like, that seems lit because, I wanted to go there because that's, like, one of the top places for meteorology. Then it was like, oh, hey, Seattle, they also have a college that has a great meteorology graduate school. And it's also West Coast. NOAA. Yeah, and NOAA things as well. And then, we got here.
And plus tech, because you were, like, also interested in that.
Take me to the place where the Xbox comes from. I'm here for it.
Yeah. So that's why we picked here. And then we just Googled it a lot, and we were like, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like, this is a pretty decent place to live.
I'm really into it now. They didn't tell me that there wouldn't be bagels, but, it's one trick
or
they played
hoagies,
me. That, too. I should have asked that girl, I'd be like, what do you call a sandwich between bread that's long?
A sandwich between bread?
I don't know. Whatever.
Every sandwich is between bread.
Okay, what about a lettuce fucking sandwich?
A sandwich.
What is it called? Like a Naked John? Or
what?
A Jimmy John's? Oh, an unwich. Why did they
Then I ordered Jimmy John's.
If you haven't listened to that iconic Hank Green song,
I love
Where Have You Been? It's honestly going to be played at our wedding. That's
what we're going to be our first dances. Okay, next question. I've got a bunch that are in our email, so I'm going to try and go through some of these today. And this one is, hey guys, longtime fan of both you and the Chunkos. I was wondering if you can give us an update on the TV shows you've been watching. You recently mentioned both The Affair and Masters of Sex, which are 2 shows I enjoyed, but also felt they both got worse in later seasons. Wondering what your thoughts are on these shows and any other TV shows you would recommend.
So, Masters of Sex, what season are we on?
We're only on season 2. There's 4.
I'm already, like, feeling that. Like, they're not talking about the sex study enough. They're too much, like, with...
This season is, like, just fucking the 2 of them in the goddamn hotel room the entire season.
And, like, their relationship, I am not here for. It's so toxic. I don't like it. So
I know. And there's usually, like, some people that I'm, like, rooting for. Like, in Mad Men, for example, like, there's a lot of shitty fucking people in that show.
Yeah,
like,
they're all making bad choices.
Yeah, and, like, the men, making really, cringy,
questionable.
Yeah, decisions. But, like, Peggy was, like, fantastic.
You're always rooting for Peggy. I mean, Betty, even when she's fucking up, like, I was rooting for her.
So, there's always, like, somebody that you're rooting for, but right now, I feel like everybody is, like, fucking up, and I'm not really here for anybody on this show right now.
It's been hard for us to, like, watch. Like, the episodes are really slow, because, like, half of the episode is just them talking in the fucking hotel room.
And I feel like they keep just going over the same things over and over and over again, like, building up character or whatever. But I think The Affair, I'm still really enjoying it. It's
obviously it's taken a different turn than I would have expected coming into the show.
Dark, but it's so good.
Yeah, I'm really compelled by the storyline with, like, Noah and his, like, PTSD.
God, I really hate that they made me feel for this guy.
I know. Now I'm like, damn.
No,
he's
like,
still
damn.
like, I'm not gonna like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna give him credit for like all the things that he still did. Like he needs to like fucking apologize and redeem himself for all of the mistakes that he made. However, his backstory is really something else. Mm-hmm. So I'm still enjoying it. Oh, also they finally confirmed that Nino Dobrev will come back to the Vampire Diaries. It's such a small thing, but like, thank God.
We're still here for this train wreck.
That's one light in my dark void now.
Shonda shows came back today, so
you know. Oh yeah, we can watch them later.
We're gonna be back into those, and we're catching up on New Girl right now because
which is just such a jolly break.
We need to have another. If you guys have a recommendation for a show that's like that, like a
comedy
comedic show, but not like really, really, really dumb comedy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, I don't know. There's something smart, but it's just stupid.
Weird.
Also, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, we love Parks and Rec. I don't want to watch that again because that would be like my third time right now, and I just need something new.
I don't know.
We've done that 70s show like a million times.
Like, I was thinking about it, like, so Veep is apparently like a comedy, but also I don't want to do something political because I don't want to think about politics.
I want to get my mind off politics. Yeah, so if anybody has any funny shows,
you can like burn through episodes like that of like New Girl and stuff like that real quickly, and it's just like something to be mindless and funny and enjoyable, and it's been a great time right now.
Maybe I would like Modern Family. I feel like Modern Family is something I probably would have watched if I were like still like in high school and I had cable.
Yeah,
but we just never watched it. And now I feel overwhelmed by it, but I feel like we'd like it.
I've watched some clips while I was at work, you know, for like testing it out and stuff, and it seems funny, so you know, I'd be into it. I'm here for it.
I don't know, man. We gotta find something else though.
Just let us know on Reddit, Twitter, whatever the hell.
I feel like I can't even get into Harry Potter right now. I'm in the Deathly Hallows, and I'm telling Chris, like, I'm finding it hard to, like, get myself sunk into the book because I'm just so distracted and stressed out. But, like, I probably just need to try harder because it's good to, like, get distracted by a book.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't want to read it while I'm distracted, you know? It's Harry Potter. This isn't just fucking
the end. So, like, you need to fucking... Although, like,
I just got to The Ministry Has Fallen.
Oh, yeah,
that was a line. Shook. It was in italics. That's when you knew that it was a line. Iconic. It's so fucked up as I'm reading the books. I'm like, I've seen that on a GIF before. I've seen that in a Tumblr caption before, you know, like all of these iconic lines. I'm ready for always.
Yeah.
I know that's coming, and I know I'm gonna cry.
You do have after this, there's Cursed Child, but then there's also like Pottermore stuff too.
True.
That you read, like. I want you
Plus,
to read,
I can watch all the interviews.
Yeah, I want you to read the Ilvermorny like story, like
because I didn't get a chance to read that.
I thought it was a short story, but I thought it was pretty good. And
when does the next Fantastic Beasts come out?
I don't know. Oh my god, I actually saw today. There's like an Instagram account right now for something that's called like Follow the Spiders, and it says like. This will be revealed on January 27th, which is tomorrow, Friday.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and like there's posters hanging around in like London or something like that.
Is that the second book?
Yeah, that's, going into the Forbidden Forest. And so people are speculating, I was creeping on the Harry Potter subreddit, they're speculating
I wish I could go
that
there.
It's like, I know, that it's like a new addition to like the park in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. That's what they're speculating.
Man.
But I mean, if it was, I immediately thought, like, Hagrid backstory, like, Hagrid movies, books, something. Like, I don't know. Like, that'd be pretty, like, Aragog's tale. Like, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Seeing, like...
I would, even though it would make me physically uncomfortable, I would watch an Aragog movie.
Like, what if we got the events of the Chamber of Secrets, like, back when Tom Riddle was in school with Hagrid?
When Hagrid got expelled?
From Aragog's perspective.
Like... His all 8 eyes.
Yeah! It's a new VR experience. Like,
ew. Okay. Well, we'll keep you guys updated.
Another thing that I just remembered that's Harry Potter related is, did you see, JK always adding to the universe?
I missed it. I try not to look at her tweets because I don't want to get spoiled.
This is not like anything like spoilery. It's just like explaining the universe a little bit more. She like talked about how wizards use the bathroom. And yeah, so like she said, like wizards in the modern day, like one of the few things they've ever adopted from the Muggle way of doing things was plumbing, because the Muggles actually did that well. So they use toilets and stuff now. But before that, apparently wizards used to just go right then and there and then use magic to take it away.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the wizards apparently shit themselves and then just use magic to take it away.
But, like, how quick? You know what I mean? Like, would you get a whiff?
I don't know.
Like, I would never feel like... I'm not picturing Dumbledore just shitting himself in front of someone real quick.
Now, apparently, this is, like, hundreds of years ago, and then they discovered... Pre-Dumble, but, still shook by that discovery.
That's interesting. I guess that's a frequently asked question.
And now that's canon.
Did Stephenie Meyer ever explain what happens when Bella has her period when she was still a human? Because Edward could already, like, not even handle it when she was just there.
Oh my god, was that not explained?
I don't know. I forget. Well, she never, like, had her period, like, see, if I were, like, with a vampire, I would just give him my Diva Cup. I'll tell you where I'm going to empty my Diva Cup. It's going to be right here.
Oh my god.
Well, in that case, like, if you're a wizard in the olden days, you could literally just be like, poof, she's empty. What's the spell for, like, Divioso, And that's me emptying my Diva Cup with the fuck of my wrist. Anyway.
Okay, I think you should write the lore for Twilight.
That was Harry Potter right there.
No,
okay?
But I'm saying, like, for Twilight,
Yeah, you should I definitely would know what's going on.
Introduce the Diva Cup to the Twilight universe.
Don't you think Bella would use a Diva Cup? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she's a Moon Cup. Ooh. We got some Jacob vibes. Anyway.
Alright, so next is some questions from the email about college. So, first one is college. I'm super lucky because my parents are able to pay the majority of my tuition, which means minimum student loans. Honestly, that's fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. I will still need a job to pay for my portion along with my meal plan, housing, and other necessities. Do you guys have any advice for managing a job, classes, and social life? What type of job would you recommend? Any advice would be appreciated because other than being a counselor and babysitter, I've never had an official job.
I mean, as far as, like, which job you should get whatever one you can. I feel like at that point in our lives, we're all working, like, wherever hires.
Aim for a campus job. Like, one that's within the school, because
they're
usually...
are on campus.
Yeah, because they're usually, like, really willing to work around schedules and stuff like that, because they know you're here for school.
There's always students that are, like, willing to cover your shift if, like, you have an exam the next day, or, like, whatever. I feel like and also the commute, if you're, like, living at school, would obviously definitely work better, but...
So, yeah, I would definitely just recommend one at school. But as for managing, I mean, it's really just, like, really scheduling your time out. So that way, like, you can schedule yourself some personal time in there to, take a breath, relax, do something fun.
Hang out with friends, whatever you need to do. But yeah, it's really just, like, it's... Like, I was envious of people that didn't have to work while they were in school and could really focus on school, and, like, that probably would have been great.
Yeah, like, I am a little jealous of that.
Evil.
Yeah. So, I mean, I did make that money, and I got some job experience, while I was there.
And your social life ends up being, like, your coworkers.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is, fun, too, as well as, like, all of your schoolwork.
That's another thing. You get to make friends through your job.
And you can still socialize, like, how many times, like, you were just, like, doing homework with our friends and, like, studying for exams together, and you're still doing group work. You might be, like, working on something by yourself, but, like, you're still, like, with the company of other people. I know, like, group work can be, like, a pain in the ass, but, like, if you're all just, like, studying in the same room and then every once in a while someone, like, farts and you just have to talk about it, like, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I just realized that the person that wrote this email has been watching you since How a Jew Spends Christmas
days. Oh, my God. Whoa.
And that was when they were in 5th grade.
Shut the fuck up. Holy crap. That's crazy.
That's wild.
That blew a gasket in my heart.
And now they're going to college.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm old.
Okay, so the next question I have is, when deciding on schools, would you recommend touring? I would like to, but it's a lot of money to travel, and I was wondering if you thought it was a necessity to see the places you're applying to.
Oh, so I didn't even tour. You did.
I toured, yeah. I did. I toured, like, I got, I was interested in Penn State and Millersville. I didn't go to Penn State because it's too fucking far away, but I did tour Millersville.
Yeah. And I toured Westchester, and I almost went to Westchester. They just waitlisted me. Yeah. But I guess it's a good thing I went to Millersville.
I guess it turned out kind of.
But no, I didn't even tour. The first time I saw the building was when I went to get my ID photo.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, I did tour. I mean...
Did it really give you that much? I feel like you get a lot of the information you need about the campus.
I think it
and the
sold
size
my parents
online.
more than it did me, because I was just like, okay, yeah, like, this is, like, a pretty campus, but, like, you know, it's like, it's a school. Like,
yeah,
my
they
parents
show
were
you
like,
the
oh
pretty
my
part
god,
of it.
like...
They were smart. They, like, Millersville, it's like one half of the campus is like these old brick buildings that are really beautiful.
The
and,
fucking
like,
lake.
Beautiful landscapes, and then the other half is literally just trash.
Yeah.
And they don't show you that at all. They're like, look at this
God.
pond. It's all we have.
This is Miller and Seville. They're fucking swans.
Yeah. Little do they know their morbid backstory that they didn't tell us.
Okay, and the last question is, this might sound dumb, but I come from a close-knit, dysfunctional, and very anxious Jewish family, and I've never been away from home before. The most daunting thing to me just seems to be going from being dependent to being completely independent, functional adult. Any tips for living on your own and just being a person would be so appreciated.
Let me just tell you right now. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do my own laundry. I didn't know how to manage my... I wasn't even allowed to have a debit card when I first went to college.
Oh my god, yeah. That was like such a thing in our relationship when we first started dating.
I would have to, with my work checks, I would put them in my bank account, and then I would have to wire transfer Chris money from using your debit card to, like, order things that I needed online. So, like, I went into college, not, like, my parents just, like, didn't let me do anything because they thought I would break everything. I don't know. Maybe it's a Jewish mom thing. I don't know. But, like, you're not allowed to, like, touch the stove or anything. And it was very frustrating, but let me tell you, you pick it up super quick.
Yeah.
The learning curve was definitely, like, a pain in the ass.
Again,
and I felt stupid, like, not knowing how to do laundry
but
at that point.
You're going to be with, like, so many other people that are exactly the same situation that, like, there's going to be some people that will be like, yeah, like, I'm totally ready for this. I'm going to be doing everything on my own. But then there's going to be lots of other people that are, like, nervous about, you know, being fully independent in that way. And so, I mean, I know, like...
Now I do my own taxes.
I know.
Like, I don't even have a tax guy, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I still remember, like, when I got dropped off, like, to be there, and then, like, my parents, like, drove away, and I, like, hugged them at the fucking car or whatever, and then, like, they drove away, and then I just stood there and I was like, okay, what the fuck do I do now? Like,
see, like, I was just, like, in my dorm room, and I was like, yay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I just went back to my dorm room and kind of was just, like, hanging out there until, like, whatever first thing came up, because it was like, you know, oh, the freshman's got, like, a fucking mixer coming up tonight.
I think my roommate was already there, so I just, you know, already was right in, you know what I mean?
I mean, my roommate was there, too, and, you know, he was a fucking fantastic fellow.
What a really nice guy that didn't bully me at all.
Yeah, he was really great.
It's fine.
Okay, and then I have another question here, not related to college, but I have two cats, Wigglebottom and Lulu.
Wow.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
The old Wiggles and Lou.
They look eerily similar to the Squeeze and Lila.
Whoa.
My biggest question is if you have any advice to get Lulu more used to contact. We adopted her from a shelter that took her away from cat hoarders, but she's deathly afraid of any human trying to hold her. My boyfriend and I tried to pick her up a few weeks ago, but we couldn't get any closer because she clawed his neck and chest before running away. Knowing that Squeeze wasn't too okay for a long time, what would you suggest?
What we did a lot in the beginning was we were trying to touch him.
Yeah.
And my best advice for you is to just leave her be, and she will eventually get so much more comfortable around you. Like the
we're
moment we
years
stopped
is going to be like the total time for like this to like really develop into a point where they're pretty comfortable.
Now Squeezy will go on our lap for a few minutes. That's crazy. He literally wouldn't even come near our hands in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, and he was, like, always under the bed and stuff.
That was definitely something, like, with Squeezy's, you know, dark and mysterious past. Is
We're
that
not quite sure.
He had something with hands because he was always, even to this day, he's watching your hands constantly to make sure he knows what they're doing. But now he's okay with, like, being pet and his face scratched
he actually
and things like that.
Comes up to us. Like, it used to be, if he were on the couch and we sat down, he'd immediately leave. Now he can stay. There's so many changes.
We can be, like, touching, sitting next to him on the couch. couch and like he would stay there.
I think when it started, his changes is when we moved to Seattle. So at that point, we'd had him for like 2 years.
You know, he's been through hell and back again. He almost died, and then he flew on an airplane.
He was like, what is going on? And I feel like when we were in Seattle, we really left him alone because he had to get used to the new apartment, the noise, and we were like out all day, like doing different things, and we really let him be. And then he calmed the fuck down. He was already, like, way more chill towards us before we even got Lila.
Yeah.
And, yeah, having a second cat that was super in love with, like, being pet and everything really helped. And I feel like it made him think, like, oh, well, they're not always trying to put Lila in pain, and she never is, like, growling or upset when they touch her, so she must be loving this. I guess I'm cool with this, too. But, yeah. I honestly, my biggest recommendation is just to, like, let them do whatever, and then they'll start surprising you, and they'll be coming over to you and doing things.
Squeezy would make like little surprising moves, and then eventually they just grew and grew and
grew. I cried. I still do.
Yeah, I mean, literally today, like I was petting Squeezy, he was just sitting there, and you know, like sometimes when you're petting Lila and she's standing there, you can just like push her over, and like she'll just fall over, and then like you can just like
really get work in there,
really get in there, and like get her stomach and everything. Like Squeezy did that today.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like
was that while I was sleeping?
Yeah, like I was petting him, and then we kind of just like leaned, and then you know he kind of just fell over on his side, and then I was just stroking him.
Not
and
quite
was,
a flop, but like a flomp.
Yeah,
you know?
a flompe. You know,
that's amazing.
You cleaning your ears out to hear this, Squeezy. We're talking a lot of love about you.
We love him. He's the greatest like coming of age story that I can think of.
I hope that there's a Hallmark movie about him one day.
A Squoo's Purpose. And no one will be fucking thrown in a lake in that movie. You know what I mean?
Damn. All right, final question is, do you guys have any tips on cheap, healthy eating or exercise?
Ooh, well, exercise, I would say doing any kind of program that you can find on YouTube.
Man, there's fucking tons of them.
There's so many.
We are fans of the yoga, and that can really, you know, it could be relaxation yoga, or it could be like fucking workout yoga.
Yeah, like, it could be like Pilates almost type yoga.
Yeah, like really like fucking stay in this pose for a minute, and you'll feel something.
And there are tons of cardio and Pilates and all kinds of shit, like strength training. Like you can find it all on YouTube, and you can do it all with like minimal equipment in your house. But as far as recipes go,
I was just gonna
cheap, lazy vegan on YouTube.
Yeah.
That is, well, Liv's Healthy Life as well. A lot of her meals are like super cheap.
Is that like a channel or like keywords to search? Like
no, cheap, lazy. Cheap, lazy vegan is a channel? Fucking YouTube channel, yeah.
Okay.
And it's all like very cheap stuff. A lot of like canned vegetables, beans, stuff like that. Lentils, I know we bitch about them, but like, you know, they are cheap.
Yeah.
Making big like dump dinners in your crock pot if you have one, or like on a big soup pot on your stove. Soup, honestly.
I think that like when you're like looking around on the internet for recipes, which there's like 7 million recipes for anything you could possibly imagine on the internet. So like you can find things. I would recommend making a lot of recipes like when you go to a grocery store for like the week or whatever to
that use the same ingredients.
Yeah, make a lot of recipes that have similar ingredients to them, so that way you can just buy a bunch of one thing, and it usually ends up being cheaper when you buy like more of just one single thing.
And then you're using up your produce. Like if you're gonna use bell peppers in something, you know, you have like 3 other uses for it, so that at the end of the week you're not left with a ton of pepper that you're not going to use, and then you spent your money on.
Yeah. And there's definitely just like, there's so many simple vegan recipes out there. Like you did say in your email that you're open to eating vegan. So like there's like so many simple things out there that are not expensive and
don't require equipment either.
A lot of time, like literally that, I keep wanting to say sloppy joes, but they're pulled pork. Like that was 2 ingredients. Yeah, it was 2 ingredients, and it was no time at all. One of our staples is just like roasting some potatoes and like some Brussels sprouts or broccoli in the oven,
and then serving it over some rice.
Yeah, with like some seasonings on it, and like it's really simple to just like quickly chop up. You can even have some stuff chopped up in advance if you want, and then like just throw it in the oven, and like it'll, like that's it. Like it's really simple, and the stuff is usually cheap. Like it's a lot cheaper than just buying like a lot of pre-made kind of things.
Yeah, I try to avoid a lot of like frozen stuff or the things that are like prepackaged, like the vegan cheeses and all these different things.
Yeah.
And all the like the snacks that I can't really make myself. Like I try not to buy a ton of different snacks. I buy pretzels and stuff. But
I mean, the old Lay's salt and Vins, they can't be replicated.
But like, I try not to buy a lot of packaged things. 1, the environment. 2, health reasons. 3, it just ends up costing more money for like not a lot. Like you buy a bag of kale chips and it's like $5 for like 3 chips, or you could just make a head of kale become chips and you're good. But it does take time. So it's like a weekend. You're like, I'm going to make food for the week on this day, and it's going to help my week out, you know?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, crock pot though, you said that earlier, it's such a good investment.
If I had to tell you like one thing that I would require for like cheap eating, I would say a crock pot over my KitchenAid, over any of my other appliances.
Because it's literally like you got like some leftover fucking vegetables and shit, throw it in here, you can make a goddamn stew or a soup, like whatever. It's so easy.
Yeah, and then you don't even have to like watch it, you know? You can just sit down.
Although like I'm never going to be comfortable enough to
leave it while I'm not here.
Yeah. I mean,
I have to be here.
The cats, you know.
I don't want them like near it. They can hurt themselves.
It gets warmer on the little handles. I'm worried. We're worried cat parents.
Yeah.
But I think with that, we're going to leave the show for today.
All right. I mean, honestly, it put me in a much better mood. I'm glad.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about some fun things today, so I'm really glad that we didn't be doom and gloom.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Sunday, hopefully in even better moods.
Yes, definitely.
And for the rest of you guys out there, you know,
stay
just
tuned
keep
for
going.
Binge Down.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Beach Bunches. So you guys, we're going off the cuff with you guys today. It's just a whole jumbled mess, pretty much.
So we're starting off with Nicole Dowling, who is dousing a grease fire.
That's America right now. Shannon Shires is visiting the Shire set in New Zealand.
Alicia McKee lost their keys in their backpack.
Kimberly Proza is watching Unbelievable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Unbelievable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbelievable, I messed it up.
Sammy Jessup is taking a free sample at Trader Joe's.
Kayla Harding thinks Rubik's Cubes are too hard.
Yo, same. Jackie Goldfarb won a gold medal at the Olympics. Just chillin'.
Sloan Nolan is marinating a pork butt for slow cooking.
Sarah Booth is boosting their score in Candy Crush. What the fuck? Is this sponsored by Best Fiends?
Megan Rackley is doing laps on their running track.
Kate Convery is entering a pie-eating contest.
Taylor Collins just met Phil Collins.
Whoa, honestly. Emma Corbeil is Hermione stunning the Cornish Pixies.
Heather Ann is Ann Perkins from Parks and Rec.
Sloan Fuller's wallet is full of receipts.
Oh my god, you're gonna drag somebody?
Oh my god,
you got them receipts? Angelica Feliz is making Jell-O shots.
Shay Alario is buying expensive shea butter.
Megan Ashley burnt their toast to ashes.
Cody Castillo is signing their friend's cast.
Bailey Lynn is hiding in a bale of hay.
Emily Tormey just tore a hole in their favorite jeans.
Sonia Vaz-Bruin feels like they're the only ones who like prunes.
Taylor Hancock's favorite breed of dog is the Cocker Spaniel.
Sabrina Hughes' favorite show is Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Fiona hopes Fiona is back in the new Shrek movie. What, are they making a new one?
I think they are.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm ready for
Shrek
it.
the fuck up. Yeah.
Stephanie Oliver is adding extra olives to their salad.
Melanie Weldon likes their steaks well done.
Sylvia Ehrlichman Gross is licking a peach.
Juanita Cara is selling their car for a new bike.
Annie Wynn is ready for winter to be over.
Cassandra Lee got sand in their shoes.
Emma Nygren is at the top of the Empire State Building.
Courtney Hall wonders what Michael C. Hall is doing.
Becca Jansen is calling their senator constantly.
Angela Sue is reading Dr. Seuss.
Michelle North is building a shelter on a deserted island.
Me, honestly. Aaron Bray's favorite movie is Braveheart. Honestly, it's a no from me.
Jada Goshi is pretending to be Inspector Gadget and screaming, "Go, go, Gadget!"
Maya Elizabeth is in Bethlehem to visit the Just Born factory.
Ishbel Mendez is signing up to be a mentor at their college.
Talia Miller only likes finely milled flour.
Margarita loves a fresh Sharpie marker.
Don't we all? Avery Labelson is talking to the bellhop.
Daisy Blossom Dottie is dotting their I's and crossing their T's.
Chloe Archer is visiting the Arc de Triomphe.
Anthony Hood sprained their knee and needs a brace.
Mariah Hanna just played Marco Polo for way too long.
Liz Holbrook just bought a lizard.
Just bought a Liz. Jennifer Habgood never knew LG stood for Life's Good. Honestly, I'm having an epiphany.
Madison Greer is dressing up like the Mad Hatter for Halloween.
Madison Wolfe is riding into the sunset.
Megan McNally likes Mega Bloks more than Legos.
Skylar Medley is watching a flying squirrel soar through the sky.
Megan Preyas is studying the praying mantis.
Corey Springfield likes coarse salt.
Ilka is reading a book on the windowsill.
Jax is writing a listicle about computer hacks.
Nicole Allen is a medical student learning about colons.
Learn mine. Courtney White wants a kitchen with white cabinets.
This is House Hunters. Bridget Gary Davis is bridging the gap between friends.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Jennifer Cornwell found their old Furby.
Sophia Koch is treating themselves to a soda.
Ash Roselle likes Lila's rosy pink nose.
Jackie Burkhart is buying some Jack Daniels for a wild Friday night.
Beth Fonseca likes cheese fondue more than chocolate.
Jackie Bergiulio's favorite movie character is Jack Skellington.
Christina Contreras is contemplating getting another cat.
You should just do it. Catherine Simpson always rinses their vegetables before cooking.
Marlene Naj loves marzipan.
Ian Murphy is painting a beautiful mural.
I'll never understand why the Gilmores acted like marzipan was like the most disgusting fucking thing ever.
Have
they had marzipan?
I've actually had marzipan.
That was bad writing, Palladino. Kendall Berg is burning a Fresh Bath & Body Works candle.
Ally McGregor doesn't like movies with excessive gore.
Megan Grilly likes clothes with a lot of frills.
Chloe Ireland hates the Sire Bond plot in The Vampire Diaries.
Taco Roach is making a vegan taco.
Haley Cadwalder lives at 42 Wallaby Way.
Whoa. Camellia Malky is trapped in the mall.
Paul Blart Mall Cop. Maddie Pullman has no idea how fishing poles work.
Amanda Pete has extremely proper manners.
Allison Francois is going to the Franklin Institute.
Caitlin Whalen loves the beluga whale in Finding Dory.
Cody Robinson is learning how to code.
Lauren Chavone doesn't own any shoes.
Dana Daly always takes their daily vitamin.
Megan Wilson lives in William and Sonoma.
Claire Wood is taking pictures in the woods.
Kelly Adams is trying kelp for the first time.
Anna Hernandez is stranded in the desert.
Jenna Gordonier gives a mean sneer. Can that be your tagline, please?
Sarah is scared of peanuts.
Flynn and Drew are drawing a bath.
Bridget Dubin is doodling in their notebook.
Hillary Gay is calling malarkey.
Mackenzie Knight always picks Mac over PC.
And Rachel Evans is eventually going to play Life is Strange.
Life is weird.
And the rest of the Beat Boppos.
We got Ashley Riefenberger,
Joanna Jensen,
Rebecca Edmondson,
Mallory,
Allie Malone,
Kathleen Wynn,
Rose Barnett.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for supporting the show.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you enjoyed that mess.
Yes, hope, this was a fun little hour plus whatever it is. I don't know.
I don't know where we are in the time zones.
Who knows what time it is,
Time is
what
irrelevant.
day it is.
I'm not here for any reason.
Time
David Attenborough
is just made up by man, It's a construction of our own imagination.
Shut
That's what I'm going to leave you on today.
All right, we'll see you guys on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.